All right, so I have a very important question for a lot of people here. And that question is what is your concept on or your ideas when you think about death? Like when you die, do you believe that you just cease to exist, that there will be no more, like you'll be gone forever? Or do you believe in something else? And do you believe that there is an actual creator? Do you believe that there is something after death? I truly want to know what other people think. I want other people's ideas on what they believe in. And life is, for the most part, I think that social media has completely diluted people's ways of what they think about, right? I just see so much back and forth of, oh, I believe in this, well, I believe in that. And I want to start posting videos about what I what I feel to be true. You cannot lean on another human being for understanding. You cannot lean on other people. What's happening is something spiritually is happening. I believe that we live in a world that is constantly throwing distractions. Everything that we see could be fake. We don't know. I keep on seeing these debates on TikTok, and people are saying, well, why would an all loving God allow this or allow that? It kind of seems like if there's a kid that has a tumor in its brain and that kid is going to die, and what would be that purpose? What does the purpose of an innocent child dying? As a lot of people might even ask that question. A lot of people might ask that question and might disassociate themselves with any form of religion. I'll come out and say, I do believe in Yeshua. I believe that Jesus Christ rose from the dead. I believe that. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the three Trinity. If there to be a spiritual being working outside of our dimension, wouldn't it make sense that this spiritual being does things that we as humans don't understand? And I have never seen anybody say that. Everybody automatically assumes that God is up there wiggling his finger in heaven, looking down at us saying, well, shame on you, you shouldn't have done that. Shame on you, you shouldn't have done that. Or people will say, well, if he already knew that Eve was going to eat the apple, why even have that play out in the first place? Why even set them up for failure? I believe that the only way to understand is through pain and suffering. That's the only way that a lot of people can understand truth, forgiveness, humility. Because if you don't have truth, humility, or any of these things, then you can get so caught up in this world. You can get so caught up in this world. Do we ever sit back and really think about, like, what is all this about? Like, how do we get here? Because, if we do die and there is nothingness, and it is how it was before we existed, then you don't have anything to worry about anyway. But if it's not that, and there is something spiritual going on with Yeshua, with angels and demons and human beings, then you have everything to worry about. Do not take your life for granted. This world will tell you that you're not important. The world only cares about LeBron. The world only cares about Adam Sandler. The world only cares about Mike Tyson, Chris Tucker, Speed, Kai Cenat. And there is such a misguided, there's a lot of things that are misguided, to say the least. There's so many things that are misguided that people need to wake up and realize what's going on. There's something far more sinister going on in this world than what you think. And I think the only way out of this prison is through Yeshua. That is the only way you will get out. One thing that I have learned at the age of 29, I just turned 29, is that reality is that no one is going to be there for you. And you have to be there for yourself. And if you do have somebody there, then that is a true blessing to have somebody there. It really is. Whoever it might be. And I do believe that everyone, we take our lives for granted a lot. You know what I mean? We end up taking our lives for granted. We have a lot of things that I feel like as people, we just complain about a lot, you know? I don't know what you believe in. I don't know your religion. I don't know if you're not religious. Most people today are not religious, and that's a problem. And some people are going to click off right there because I just said that, but it's the truth. Yeshua is real. Well, people know him as Jesus, but his real name was Yeshua. You know, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And there's only one way out of this prison. There's only one way. There's only one way out of this prison that me and you are in. And that is through Yeshua. The arguments that I see, people saying, why would an all-loving God do this? Unnecessary suffering, unnecessary this, unnecessary that. Okay? If there's a God outside of our dimension, wouldn't it make sense that he could do something that might seem completely insane to us because we're just humans. We don't have a complex mind like God does. The closest thing, not the closest thing, but I can give you a scenario right here. If you have a 5-year-old son, what if he says, Daddy, I want to have candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And you tell him, no. You don't tell him no because you don't want him to enjoy the candy. You tell him no because it's unhealthy. That kid might cry. He might say, oh, I can't believe you're not going to give me candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The father makes the difficult choices for a better benefit. I don't believe that death is the end. I truly don't. And I mean, if it is, that's what am I going to do, right? If there is something spiritually happening here, good versus evil, angels and demons, then we're in for a treat from materialistic things, materialistic things, relationships, whatever kind of relationships you're into, how many friends you got, the kind of job that you have, the kind of house that you live in. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. And it doesn't matter. None of those things even matter. Is that I realized this a little too late, but I don't think any too late is a silly term that we use when really it's never too late to change. And the problem that a lot of non-believers have is that you need to see it to believe in it. You have to see it. When we speak on faith and those kind of works, it's not about seeing it with your own eyes. I'm just rambling. I just like talking. I want to talk about that. I want to find a group of people that like to speak on these matters, and it's just like, I want to hear other people's stories. I want to hear what other people have to say about this. Like, what are your thoughts when you die? What do you think is going to happen to you? Do you think you just won't exist, or do you think there is something more? And I respect everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's way of thinking, whatever religion you are. Mental health is a really big issue for a lot of people today. And I don't know. I just want to see how some people respond to this video. And I'm going to start making more videos of just talking. I'm just going to start yapping about a lot of stuff that I want to talk about here. and see if I can get a good response, see if I can get some uh, communication, not communication, but some, not reaction. I can't even think of the word right now, but if you have watched this video, thank you for watching, and I'll probably make some more videos. We're just going to see what happens here. And yeah, so if you ever feel down, you need to understand that you do have value and it is not over. You'll be okay. Never allow yourself or anybody to like talk about you or down you. Never allow anybody to make you feel a certain way. Okay? Even if you feel bad about yourself, you need to understand that you are valuable. You are valuable and you are important. The world might not look at you as valuable. It might just cast you aside. It might just say that you're nothing. But I truly do believe that there is a holy God that looks at you and values you more than anything. More than anything. And this life is a test. This life is a test. We have to learn things while we're here. If you're watching this and you do feel alone, like there's nobody there, you got no friends or nothing like that, and it's just kind of like you might be socially awkward, you might have to, I don't know. If you're watching this and that's you, you are not alone. You're not alone, and it'll be okay. It will be okay. I highly recommend starting a relationship, trying to build a relationship with Yeshua. I highly recommend building a relationship with Yeshua. That can help. It can help. And it'll be all right. So, I don't know if I'm even going to post this. I don't know. I might not. It just depends, but okay. See ya.